So students, in our last class we have seen that what is a business risk. As we know that risk is an integral part of the business, and risk is such kind of thing which is quite unpredictable. Clear? That means it's such kind of thing which you can't actually assess that whether my business will give the adequate profit which I require or not. That is the fundamental thing behind the risk. So we can say that in every business there will be some sort of risk. If the risk is moderate, then we can absorb it. If the risk is beyond, that means beyond our expected level, it creates what? A kind of loss. Adequate profit, suppose in our earlier class we have seen that business risk, that is, it creates what? It refers to provide the inadequate profit or even loss. That means inadequate profit is that profit, meaning thereby what the expected profit is being that means entitled by me, I am not getting it. That's why we can say that it's an inadequate profit. But meaning thereby loss, meaning thereby I am not getting a single rupee profit from it. That's a kind of loss which is also called as business risk. Clear? So risk is quite unpredictable. It may be from the natural risks, and also it may be some man-made risk also. We will see it that later on, that what are the causes of business risks. At the causes of business risks, we will look after that what are the various causes, that the natural causes are also there, some human causes are there, economic causes are there, other factors, the political factors, the legal factors are also there, which also affect our business policies. Clear? That means which also affects our business. Now today we will look after that the type of business risk. So if anyone is looking this or watching this our class, regarding today's class, that is, today I will be dealing with the types of business risks and particularly the nature of business risk. So if you are not able to get the meaning of business risk, then I will ask you to go the earlier videos of our ERIT college, so where from you will be getting the actual meaning of business risk, and after knowing about what exactly business risk is, so after that you just join it, that is the types of business risks or nature of business. Otherwise it may create some problem to you, but if you are able to get it, then there is no problem. Okay. So types of business risks, mainly business risks are of two types. One is speculative risks and one is pure risks. When the word speculative is there, that means it's a kind of speculation, it's a kind of forecasting. Clear? It's a what? It's a kind of forecasting. So it's not what is happening today. You are foreseeing it, that yes, it may occur. That means you are not saying that it occurs. It may occur. That means meaning thereby it may not occur. That means it may occur or may not occur. That is the kind of speculation. I am expecting it. Clear? So it's a kind of risk which is the speculation point of view. And the other risk is that the pure risk. That means there is some sort of risk. So definitely there will be some sort of risk in pure risk which provide loss to me. In respect of speculative risks are of basically two types. That means actually not two types. That is, the impact of speculative risks may be in two dimensions. That means the risks of speculation may be bifurcated in two ways. One, that means this speculation may either leads to profit for the business or it may incur losses for the business. From the speculation risks, we can say that there may be profit on the part of business or it may incur losses. How? We will now look after with an example which will clarify your concept regarding the speculation. Clear? Now I am giving one example. That is example I have given, that the demand fluctuation. That means the demand fluctuate. That means what is fluctuation? Fluctuation is nothing but the ups and downs of price of a particular commodity. Suppose it's being the marker whose price is presently 25 rupees. So if the price of that marker, that particular marker is frequently increasing or decreasing, or it may only increasing and increasing, it may be fluctuation may be in both way or in either one direction. That means it may increase or decrease, or it may decrease and decrease, or it may increase and increase. It may be called as fluctuation. Clear? So demand fluctuation, what happens? You just see that, suppose a scenario I am telling you. Suppose you have seen, look after the market, that the present market, you have seen that the some kind of demand is regarding the son papri or laddu. So that day I have discussed with an example of laddu and son papri. That reference I am also today using this by the example of laddus and son papri. By taking the reference from the earlier class, it will be beneficial on your part, is because when I am using the same example in multiple contexts, then you will be getting the exact meaning, that the particular example is not fitting for only one purpose, it may be from the various contexts. That means what I am telling you, that the business scenario is dynamic, it is ever changing, always it is being changing, it is not an static thing or an isolated thing. That means your business policy must have to be changed according to the business scenario. Whenever the business environment demands you to change your policy, at that point of time you must have to change your business policy. If you remain isolated, or if you do not change your business policy when the environment demands, at that point of time you will suffer drastically, or even the situation may arise like that your business may be ruined down, or you have to shut down your business. Clear? So I have taken the example of the laddu or son papri, that you have seen that there is perhaps some demand in the market regarding the laddus. So what you have done, you have started the homemade production of laddu and son papri in your locality. What happened? You have seen that yes, the demand emerges and the people are coming to your shop and they are buying the laddus. In return they are paying you the money. That means what happened? That means you are able to create demand in the market, as well as you are also providing, that means you are also giving them the supply of that particular product. In return you are also earning money. It may be the one situation that you have seen, you have that means you have the idea, or you have the very forecasting thought, that the forecasting idea that the demand of laddu or son papri may increase. So depending upon your forecasting power, you have started the production of that particular sweets. So in order to produce this, you have made that means by producing the goods, you are able to sold it into the market, and demand for that particular product also increased. In return you have got a good amount of profit. So by doing that speculation, you are earning what? Profit. Clear? So this is the one scenario, but sometimes the scenario might be reverse. What reverse? That means you have produced laddu and you have also produced son papri. By taking it consideration that the demand for that particular laddu or son papri will be increased in the market, and you will able to sell it. You have forecasted it, and accordingly you have also produced it, and accordingly you have displayed it into what? It into your business premises. But what happened? Unfortunately, your that means the business policy is not so good, or the product what you have selected had not favored you, or the various situations may arise, and you have seen that the demand for that particular laddu or the son papri, that is the particular type of product, has gone down. So when the demand of that particular product gone down and your supply is available, obviously what? The price will reduce, and it may happen at the point of time, it may incur also loss on your part. As because why? Suppose you have think that the particular group of community who are generally eager to take the sweets, that is the laddus and the son papri earlier, so now they are shifting their demand from the sweets to the what? Snacks item. Suppose they are now very much interesting to take what? That is the pizzas, as because suddenly it happened that when you have started your business and opening a big laddu or the son papri shop or different kinds of sweet shop at the same time, or at the same time or after a period of time you have seen that what the Domino's Pizza or a Domino's Pizza Hub has opened in your locality. That means at that point of time your business will get very much stuck back, and that means your business will be set aside, and all the people who have earlier the demand of laddus, or that means demand of particular sweet son papri, they have shifted their demand from that item to the Domino's pizza item or the burgers whatsoever they are providing. That means what happened? That means your speculation provides two bases, two wings. That means it may give you the profit or it may incur you the loss. That means you don't think that this will not give you only profit. The speculation, that means whenever you have this speculative risks, that means what? Speculation involves risk. Obviously there will be risks. That means that not certain what you have speculated, it's ultimately going to happen. Not like that. That means your speculation may be in positive direction. If the speculation is in positive, then it will give you profit. So, and if the speculation is negative, then it will give you the loss. That means what? It's a kind of risk. As because in the risks we are uncertain, that means it may incur loss or even it may incur the profit. That's why it's a speculation. Clear? Anything problem? So if you are having any kind of problem regarding the topics what I generally used to discuss with you, you just give it on the comment section that yes sir, please discuss with again regarding this topic, then obviously I will discuss again. Or if you are having any problem regarding the language, so you can also give it into the comment section that we are unable to get it, so tell the concepts in our local language. At that point of time I can also start with the local language. So I generally used to use both the bilingual language, both the English as well as our local language. So whenever you will be facing any kind of problem, it will be better you just tell me and I will mash up with both the language. Or if you are having no problem, then obviously I will be continue with my what I am discussing with you. Depending upon the various topics I will change it. Clear? So if you are having any problem, you just consult with me. Again I am giving my number. So you just contact with me if you are having any kind of problem regarding the concepts. Clear? So now we will look after the pure risks. We have seen the speculative risks, that it may give me profit if the demand of that particular product what I had started is also increasing. At that point of time I may earn profit. But if the demand fluctuates, if the demand changes, or if the demand that means drastically come down what the product I had started to produce or I had produced and displayed in the market for the purpose of sale, and if the demand shifts to other product, at that point of time I may incur losses. Clear? So that means the speculation risks may bring either profit or even loss. Clear? So now we will look after the pure risks. So what is pure risks? That means the risks, pure risks is such risks where there is no concept of profit. You can't earn profit regarding the pure risks. There will be loss or no loss situation. That means what? That means for a particular situation you may incur loss or no loss situation, but you can't having the profit in this context. So what will be the scenario? What will be the example? That means I have given the example of fire. I am elaborately explaining it, that the how the pure loss or the pure risks arise in the business. Suppose you have a shop, that is the particular your laddu shop you having. So what happens? Suppose due to some due to some problem, due to some electrical problem, short circuit may arise in your business. It may happen. We have also seen that in various business complexes, various business shops, it may happen what? It may get into the short circuit. Due to short circuit, that business property might have totally been damaged due to fire. Clear? So you may have business that the particular laddu shop, and that laddu shop one day what happened, that the short circuit had happened. At that point of time, so you have also called, when the short circuit happened, short circuit happened, immediately you have called the fire brigade, and if the fire brigade is able to come at time and if they are able to control on the fire or something, that means they are in the control, that is the fire is being controlled at it, and it has not so much devastating loss of your business that the fire, that means what, it ignited in a great extent. So if this situation doesn't arise, and if the short circuit just happened and you have called the fire brigade and they immediately able to come and manage the situation, at that point of time there may not be loss. Clear? But the other situation is that the short circuit had emerged suddenly, and it had what, it had emerged and ignited the fire to a great extent, and your business is totally being collapsed. Clear? Due to fire, and when the fire brigade came, they are unable to get into the control of the fire, and due to this fire, your business property has lost, your business property got damaged to a great extent due to fire. So what happened? This is a kind of a loss that happened to you. That means due to short circuit, you have two kind of situation. That means it may incur no loss situation. Just short circuit happened and you have immediately called to the fire brigade, they are able to come and control the situation. At that point of time, you will having no loss. Clear? That means no loss situation. And the other situation, there may emerge loss when the fire, that means increasingly fire is spreading all around your business, and maximum portion of your business has been damaged due to fire, and the fire brigade team are unable to control the situation. At that point of time, what will happen? At that point of time, loss will happen on your part, as because the business property will be damaged due to fire. So meaning thereby it's coming under the pure risks. That what we have seen, that is we have seen that it is speculative risks, and now we have seen that pure risks. In speculation risks minded, profit may incur, but in respect of pure risks, there will be no profit, there will be only the concept of loss or no loss situation. Whether if you have short circuit in your business and it does not get that is the attraction of fire, and totally the business has not totally been damaged, the fire brigade able to control, whether anyone is giving you the profit, anyone is giving you the money, no, this will not be the situation. So at that point of time, you are also not getting profit. That's why in pure risks there is no concept of profit, there is only the concept of loss or no loss situation. Clear? So this is all about the types of business risks. Now we are moving towards the nature of business risks. That is the nature we have already discussed with you, that nature meaning thereby the characteristics. Clear? That is the what it is bearing, that is the characteristics of business risks. There are 4 characteristics of business risks. That is the first of all is that the risk is an essential part of business. We know that the risk is an integral part of the business. You can't think that a business can be run without any risk, as risk is an integral part of business. So that's why it's an essential part of the risk, that is the essential part of the business. That means no risk you. So that's why we can say that the risk is an essential part of business. This is one of the features of business risk. Second one is that risk arises due to uncertainties. Yes, risks arise due to uncertainties. Why? Whether in this context, do you know that the short circuit happened today, or short circuit will happen day after today, or short circuit may happen midnight today? Do you know about it? That yes, this is the time when the damage will happen, this is the time when the theft will happen, the thief will come and take and they maybe looted my business. Whether you can able to give assurance regarding this? No, you can't give assurance. So risk is, that means the business risk is uncertain. We can't even also predict, we can also exactly predict it. Clear? That means that's why we can say that the business risk is such a situation which is unpredictable future. That means we can predict what can happen at what time, when the loss will happen at what period of time, and what will be the amount of loss. We can't exactly tell that. Clear? We able to tell when the thing or the loss occurs, when the risk occurs. At that point of time we can say that. That's why we say that the risk arises due to uncertainties, or there is unpredictable risk. That means we can predict it. Clear? That is the situation. You can say that the demand of that particular laddu or son papdi, suddenly the demand of that particular product drastically calmed down and the people shifted their demand to the, suppose, the snacks item, that is the burger, that is the pizzas. It may happen. So what? So whether you being able to know exactly that yes, your demand will be gone that means your demand will be gone down drastically. No, it might not be your perception. So what happened? This arises due to uncertainties. Clear? Next next feature is that depends upon nature and size of business. Yes, that means the risks will be depend upon the nature of business and the size of the business. If your business, that means if you are dealing with particular perishable goods means the goods which can be easily rotten or which can be easily damaged within a few period of time. Suppose the vegetables, okay, suppose the milk products, vegetables. So these are the things mostly which is quite perishable goods. Clear? And the durable goods, it may be the this whiteboard may be the durable goods, it may be the we can say that the television, the mobile phone, the AC, air condition, these are what? These are durable goods, meaning thereby they are long lasting goods. And perishable goods, their time limit is very much confined to a particular period of time, that may be 24 hours or 60 or 72 hours, like this. Clear? So depends upon the nature and size of business, what kind of nature, what type of business you are dealing with. It's also bearing some sort of risks and size of business. As we know it very well that when the business will be big, when our business size will be large, giant business size, obviously the risks will also be increased. Clear? When the business size will be small, at that point of time risk will also be small. In our early example, we can make it that I having a laddu or the son papdi or a particular type of sweet shop. Clear? Sweet shop, whatever the risks I will be bearing, same risks will not be beared by Ratan Tata or the Mukesh Ambani. Their business risks will be to a great extent. Why? Because they are investing more. Their business volume is quite big. They have invested quite huge amount of money. That's why their chances of risks from their part may be great. There may be quite large extent. But contrary on my part, I am having a small business in a particular locality, so it may happen that particular business, in such a scenario, the business risks may not be large or may not be to that extent what the risk is being involved on the part of Tata industry. Clear? So that means in business risks we can say that it depends upon the nature, what the nature that means what the products I am dealing with, or what is the size of business. The more, the bigger the size and complex the nature, the risks will be more. And if the size of the business is small and that is the nature of the business is not so quite complex, at that point of time the risks may be reduced, the risks may be less. Clear? And our last point of discussion today is that is the profit is reward for bearing risks. It is the most important and most knowing fact. We know it very well that the profit is the reward of bearing risks. Suppose I am just explaining this term with your context, that means with your context, meaning thereby your study related fact. What is the fact? Suppose the more you will study, more the clarity of concept you will be having, the more results, that means the good results you can be able to grab. That means meaning thereby when you will study hard, more dedicatedly you will study with your quiet attention, at that point of time you will be able to make good results. If you don't give devotedly study, that means whatever the stream you have selected, if you unable to study dedicatedly, at that point of time your results will not be to that extent. That means your study is your that means different situations, different hostile situations may arise in your that means while you are studying throughout the year, but your reward is depending upon the various risks and various strains or the various stresses you are having while you have gone through the exams or through different scenarios due to your health conditions, economic conditions, or the variety of conditions you may happen. So depending upon these conditions, and you have overcome those conditions and you have made good results, that result is your reward. Whatever the strong hurdles, whatever the hurdles you have faced in your study, in giving the HS first year exam or HS second year exam or whatsoever the exam it may be, and whenever you will be getting the results, that is your reward. Likewise in business also, profit is considered the reward of business risk. So what happens, that is what we can say, that the more the business, that means the more the risks, the more will be the profit. Obviously that means profit is the reward, that means you have beared the risks. That means we have already said that risk is an integral part of business. That means we can say that that without risks there will be no business. That means whenever the business is bearing risks, in return he is getting profit, meaning thereby the more the risks, if a business is taking more risks, obviously they will be earning more profit. Clear? As because you have just see an example of that is the Tata industry. They are producing steel. They are taking iron ore which is being produced by the primary industry, and after that they are converting into steel. So in this situation, various tough work have to be done in the factory. Various kind of hazardous chemicals are there which is required for the making of steel. So the worker is doing such an activity, and the Tata Steel are also involved in producing the steel products in order to satisfy our demand. As because they are taking risks, in return they are also earning the huge amount of risk, and we are unable to take risks. That's why we are opening just a grocery shop in nearby our that is locality, that means in nearby our street or lane, so that we are not taking such kind of risks what the Tata industry had taken the risks. That's why we are earning reasonable profit, we are earning less amount of profit. So risk, we can say that the risk is proportional to profit. That means it is proportional. It means proportional, what meaning thereby, that is that means the more the risks, the more the profit, that is directly proportional. Clear? So more the risks, the more will be the profit. So with this we are concluding here for today's class. Next day we will look after the causes of business risks, and our last topic will be the factors affecting the choice of business. That means what are the factors that affect our choice of business, what kind of business we are going to start, what are the factors that you have to consider before starting it. Clear? So we will see that these topics in later classes. So with this I am concluding today's class. Stay tuned with us. Goodbye. Thank you.